Three of the hardest things for people to say. I was wrong. I need help. And Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire? Worcestershire? If you're learning to speak English right now, I'm sure pronunciation is the most frustrating area for you. This is often because the combination of letters in some words is not common in your language, and so it can be difficult to make those sounds. Or it could be because some words are not pronounced how you think they should be pronounced. Unfortunately, in English, there are always 1 or 2 rules and 100 exceptions. Soz. But don't worry, in this video, I'm going to share with you the correct pronunciation of 15 words that you're probably saying wrong. And of course, I'll save this bad boy for last, so make sure you watch until the end. Anyway, let's go. Here's the first one. Now, some of my students often say it like reliably, because they're trying to read out all the letters individually. It should be pronounced reliable, reliable, reliable. It means someone or something that can be trusted, or is consistently good in quality or performance. Trains in Japan are so reliable. In this one, 4 of the letters are not really needed, to be honest. Just focus on the first letter and say it how you would when you say the alphabet in English. Q.
Now you're holding up the queue.
Queue is a line of people waiting for something. Actually, in the US, they just say line. For example, I'm waiting in the queue. Or in the US, I'm waiting in line. For this one, don't say Salmon. You have to drop the L because it's silent, and the O is not O as in on, it's with a schwa, so it should be salmon. Salmon. Salmon is a type of fish that looks like this. It is very nice with sushi if you haven't tried it before. Number 4. A common mistake you might be making with this one is breaking it into 2 words and pronouncing them separately. Cup, board, cupboard. It should be pronounced cupboard, cupboard.
No space to think in that broom cupboard.
As you can see, we have another silent letter, P. A cupboard is a piece of furniture or place for storing things. Now this is the worst day of the week because it's in the middle. Everybody's tired at work, thinking about the weekend, but that's no excuse for pronouncing it like Wednesday. No excuse. Always remember there are only 2 sounds in Wednesday and the D is silent. Now with number 6, you have to be very careful with the end of the word. Many people often pronounce it like stomach, like watch or touch and so on. However, it's actually pronounced stomach, stomach.
And if you can stomach it, I'd like it to be you.
When you have a pain in your stomach, in my case often from eating too much food, we call it stomach ache, stomach ache. Number 7, do you pronounce this adjective comfortable? If you do, it's wrong, and the reason is you're giving the same amount of stress to each syllable. If you want to say it correctly, you need to give the stress to the first syllable and nothing or very little to the second syllable. For example, comfortable, comfortable. These shoes are so comfortable. Now, before we look at the final 8 words, I need to tell you something. Last time I showed you the Ewa app, and the Ewa team also have a YouTube channel where they teach English in a really fun way. Their channel is called Ewa Learn English. These guys are brilliant. They teach English using clips from your favorite movies. Here's Encanto, Breaking Bad, and Friends. You can also learn English through your favorite songs. Here's one by Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River, and another one, Spaceman, which is a big hit in Eurovision. You can find some of my videos on the channel too, and their shorts are hilarious. I love it. If you want to start learning English and having fun, subscribe to the channel, Ewa Learn English. I will leave the link to the channel in the description below. Number 8. Adverbs can be some of the hardest words to say in English, and with this one, I've heard some people say it like vaguely, but it should be pronounced vaguely, vaguely.
I'm vaguely offended by that.
Vaguely describes an action that's unclear. If you vaguely remember meeting someone, you only remember a little bit of that moment. Next we have this one. This is the way it's spelled in British English, which unfortunately makes it a little bit more confusing. And this is the way it's spelt in US English. So the US spelling is actually closer to the pronunciation. Jewellery. Jewellery.
I wasn't going to find any jewellery in that TV. It was crap.
The way it's pronounced is the same in the UK and the USA, just the spelling's a little bit different. Number 10. For this one we have another sneaky silent letter. Do you know which one it is? Yep, that's right, B. So don't say subtle, you should say subtle. Subtle. Subtle means something that's not obvious. For example, there's a subtle hint of onion in this room. Or maybe it's just me. Don't worry if you're pronouncing this word incorrectly, because many native speakers say it wrong all the time. I know. It's not mischievous, it's mischievous. Mischievous.
My sister was loyal, fun, mischievous, generous, loving, and stubborn as a mule.
The mistake many people make pronouncing this adjective is the same as comfortable. Don't give the same amount of stress to each syllable. The third syllable is very weak, so don't pronounce it vulnerable. Pronounce it like vulnerable. Vulnerable.
Honey, it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. It's just me.
Number 13. This one looks quite French because, well, it came from Old French and was adopted into the English language around the early 15th century. You pronounce it like gauge. Gauge. As a verb, it means to estimate or determine an amount of something. For example, I tried to gauge the weight of this book. Number 14. Students often make the mistake of pronouncing it like Greenwich, but it should be pronounced Greenwich. Greenwich.
At Greenwich come Sunday.
As in the area of London or Greenwich Mean Time. And now, the one you've been waiting for. Here goes. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Yeah, the spelling is quite confusing. It makes it seem much longer than it actually is. But don't worry if you still can't pronounce it correctly. It's pretty useless. It's just the name of a source and an area in England, so don't worry. Anyway, if you want to continue practicing your pronunciation, check out these videos. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.